Well, hello and welcome. We want to talk about video today, but in a very different way than we've been talking about it in the past. I want to be specific with you a little bit about how to create videos that are designed to promote and sell. Wouldn't it be great to be able to do a video that you could promote your business, you could sell your ebooks, you could sell, membership websites or whatever? We're going to talk about that today. That is the subject of today's Periscope. Okay, let's talk about video today. A lot of people are getting real excited about it, and really, I've been a proponent of doing online video. Really, I started doing online video back in 2004, believe it or not, when back then the video was just a little postage stamp size thing, and it wasn't fluid, and it sort of jumped and jittered around. And it's been really a fabulous tool, especially for us marketers, coaches, the author types, the internet marketing types. The people who have, even hard products to sell, hard goods to sell, not just the electronic goods. And it's been a lot of fun because this past week we've had just an enormous success with a 3-minute video for one of my clients that is blowing the roof off. The sales are still going crazy today, and they're doing an excellent job with it. And I just wanted to talk about the 3 different segments of a video. So if you take a video sales letter, for instance, there are a lot of people that will give you dozens of steps, 12, 13, 14 parts that need to be in it. I like to look at it this way. I like to break it down and just really make it simple. Just 3 phases of the video sales letter, the video presentation, if you will, that make it a lot easier. So the first part is, first of all, you got to get brave enough to get on camera. A lot of people are sort of afraid of that, but you could do this with text. If you just wanted to do a PowerPoint with voiceover PowerPoint, you can get away with doing that as well. And one of the things you want to look at is introducing yourself. If you're the face of the video, then you need to introduce yourself. So, hi, I'm Robert Imbriale. I am an internet marketer. I've been doing internet marketing now since 1989. So that's how I would begin. I would say I've worked with thousands of customers in helping them become more successful online. I've helped generate more than $250 million in sales online. I know what I'm doing. I've been in this business, right? And then what you want to do in this first segment, the first third of the video sales letter, is you want to start laying out what the problem is. So the problem for a lot of people, if I were going to do it for this video, I would say, wouldn't you love to be able to just turn on your iPhone, open the Periscope app, and be able to speak a video, create a video live and in person here, that you would then be able to sell products and services. You'd be able to build your mailing list. You'd be able to do, right? So I'm laying out what the problem is, or what the challenge is, or what people really want. And then you would say, but a lot of people don't do it. Here's why. Here are the 3 reasons why people don't get in front of the camera, and they really should. They should be stepping up. They should be making a difference, but they don't do it. For whatever reason, they don't step up there. They're afraid of getting on camera, whatever the challenges are. So I lay out the case. I say, this is what you'd like to do, and here are the reasons why a lot of people don't do it, but you could be the exception. And then phase 2 of the sales letter process. So think of it in thirds, right? First maybe 5 minutes, you're laying out what the issues are. You're laying out what the goal is. You're laying out, where people struggle, where they fail. The second part is the meat. That's where your presentation really happens. So I would be talking about things like, hey, let me tell you about, a customer of mine who finally got involved with doing some online video. And let me tell you about the results they're achieving. Record sales now in the past 2 days from a video that was no longer than 3 minutes long. They're having record sales. Isn't that great? And I would tell you more stories about how they did it and where they went to get, the idea for it and all the rest of that kind of thing. I would bring that all in, and that would sort of be the meat of the presentation. So you got the introduction, you're laying out the problem, you're laying out what the objections are. The center part, you're talking about the meat. That's your content. That's where you're the expert, right? That's where you need to shine. If you're a coach, you maybe want to demonstrate your skills. How would you demonstrate your skills as a coach on video? Good question, right? How would you demonstrate your skills? You've got to be able to figure out a way. You've got to talk about clients you've worked with. You've got to talk about people that you've been able to help in the past. And it's maybe not easy to do that, but you just change the name so you don't have to worry about it. And I find a lot of coaches, if they step up and do that, all of a sudden they start seeing enormous success, because you've got tools like this that allow you to put your face, your voice, your message on the internet in no time, in real time, actually. In this case, certainly, we can do that. And it makes a big difference. So if you can go out there and you could say, okay, I'm going to demonstrate for you what my skills are, what my gifts are. I'm going to demonstrate for you how my product works, how my service works, and I can show you people who've had results working with me. So if I came in and I said, let me talk to you about some of the clients that I've helped really get involved with online video, and let me show you some of the results that they've had. And if I was using a different format and I was able to bring up screenshots, maybe I could show you their sales. Maybe I could show you statistics of traffic that they've generated. Maybe I could show you how many views they've had to their videos, that kind of thing. I would sort of lay out the case, if you will, and that's sort of the center part of the presentation. It's all of that goes into it. So that's the longest part. That's, if you're doing an hour-long presentation, that's probably 40 minutes of your content. So start out for the first 5 minutes or so is just laying it out and dealing with, explaining what the objections are. And the next part really is that the big piece is really where you get involved with, really showing people that you know what you're talking about, number one. Number two, you're really laying out for them with some of the meat so they get excited about it, and maybe a little bit of encouragement. I like to sprinkle a little bit of encouragement dust in there and say, I'm doing it, my clients are doing it, and I believe you can do it too. And then I say, here's how, right? And that's the transition to what? What's the third part? What do you think the third part of any video sales letter is going to be? You got to sell, right? So that becomes the close. And the close happens, probably at the 45, 50-minute mark if you're doing an hour-long presentation. Some people like to do it a little earlier. If you're doing something like this, which is a short 5-10-minute video, the close is going to happen a lot quicker. So you get involved, you say, okay, what is the close going to look like? And the close is going to look like, well, let me tell you what I've got. Let me tell you what I'm offering, and let me tell you why it's important to you, and let me give you what the price normally is. Maybe I bring up a special offer. Maybe I give a special bonus for them, people who want to sign up right away. The close is really where the meat of the presentation is. And if you get it right, truly, and it takes some work. It's practice, right? It's not about getting it right the first time. Not everyone does. In fact, some of us don't get it right the first 10 times. We try, but we keep trying. We keep working on it. And what happens is at some point, we get it right, we nail it. And if we're recording, which in this case we are, we're recording the videos, then we can go back and we can say, okay, I can reuse that video as live. I can use it again and again in different places. For instance, I'll give you an idea what I'm doing with this video. Right now I'm recording locally on my computer here, and I'm also recording or streaming this on Periscope. Why? Because there are people who are watching live, and it's nice. It adds a little bit of robustness, a little bit of energy to the presentation rather than it being just me in a quiet studio and not being able to have the interaction of other people. Other people are there, and it's great. I love to see them. And what I do with it then is I take it after it's done with Periscope. It'll stay there for 24 hours, and then it'll basically fade away. It'll disappear, and it won't come back. What I'll do with the recording is I'll put it up on my website. I'll put it up on YouTube. I may tweet about it and bring more people to watch it. So it becomes a tool that ends up sitting there for a very long time. So it's valuable for me to be able to do these presentations. It's valuable to use this format called Periscope. It's valuable to be able to record this locally on a computer, so I have have it in multiple formats, so I can use it in different places. You can't use this long formatted video on YouTube very easily. I think they've come around on that. I think you can use it now, but it's just a little weird for people. So the trick is, if you get a video sales letter done, and it doesn't have to be long. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It could be 15 minutes. It could be an hour long if you want. What I'm finding now with the live streaming videos, shorter seems to be better. The longer you go, you can watch people dropping off the videos, the longer they go. So shorter tends to be better. Introduction, meet, close. That's really all the three pieces are, and you get those right, and you get a good presentation. That's why you want to have it in multiple formats, because you can keep using it again and again and again all over the place. And the more people you drive to your video, the more people see your video, obviously, the more people will sign up for your newsletter. The more people will inquire and want to buy your products and services. They'll get into your sales funnel or whatever else you've got going on. And that is a very, very valuable tool. You could actually have your videos transcribed and have the written part of your videos posted up on a blog. You could start sharing that in Facebook. You could share it on Twitter, little bites, little snippets at a time. If people are interested, and they come back to your blog and read or watch the rest of it. So what I'm encouraging you to do, remember, let's sprinkle a little bit of encouragement there. What I encourage you to do is, if you haven't played with this yet, just think about it in your head and think about, okay, I'm going to, and thank you for the hearts. You're encouraging me. See, it's a circle. I encourage you. You encourage me back. I love it. I'll keep going. So my encouragement to you is that you should try this. And if you're not really ready to jump on Periscope just yet, maybe a few minutes from now, but you're really not ready to do it right away, you could record on your smartphone locally. Right? Just turn on the video camera and record like you're recording a video at holiday time or something, and just record yourself and see what it looks like. And you can practice and you can get better and get better. And as you start to feel more confident, then go ahead, try Periscope. Then try something recording it on your computer locally. Everyone's got a webcam. Everyone's got a laptop. Everyone's got some software that can record. And then you'll have these videos. And I encourage you to do more of them, because the more you do, very simple, the more of them you do, the better you get at doing them. So I would love to hear your questions, and if you have any questions, you could find me on Twitter, Robert Imbriale. And if you want to direct message me your questions, I know a lot of people have been doing that over the past few days. I've been doing these Periscopes every day now, and really having a lot of fun with them. And I get a lot of questions, and it's really a lot of fun to be able to answer them and tweet back. And people are watching these videos not only here, but also, like I said, on robertimbriale.com and also on youtube.com. I've got a page there where they are, and I think people are getting value out of them. And as you guys get value and you give me those little hearts, I appreciate them. I see them popping up every now and again. You're encouraging me to keep going, and you'll get that same kind of encouragement when it's your turn to be on camera and start doing these kind of videos. So that's my presentation for today. I'll hang around if you want to have any questions answered. You just type them in and I will answer them. Otherwise, you can just tweet me, direct message me on Twitter, or you can email me, robert@ultimatewealth.com.